Welcome back to Junior Achievement Finance Park. This is our home base today for our GE Blue Wave Takeover for Great Day Live. Here we're going to learn a little bit more about what they're doing here at Junior Achievement Finance Park and how they're helping the community. I'm joined by Mark Charnas. He's the Chief Financial Officer at GE Appliances. We're going to hear a little bit more about how this project is personal to him. Well, you're on the board.
I am.
And this project and being here is very personal to you. How so?
Well, it is. You know, it's hard not to come in here and smile when you see things coming through. You know, I grew up here in the city of Louisville. I went to Jefferson County Public Schools, a Seneca High School grad, so just down the road from where I work today. And, you know, I started with JA back then. I can remember coming through in high school and the Junior Achievement volunteers coming into the school, talking about these opportunities and projects and had us working on creating our own little business coming through, and it helped give me purpose and a view and what I wanted to go do. And as I started thinking about going off to college, what did I want to study for? What type of job did I want to have? And little did I know that I'd wind up, you know, wandering from Seneca High School straight down Bardstown Road into GE Appliances.
Yeah, and it probably too, the skills and the information that you learned right here with Junior Achievement serves you today.
No doubt. It starts giving you a base and a thought process, and I think that's what Junior Achievement is about, is how do you get the kids thinking about broader than what's going on that day. And what they do here at the capstone projects here at Finance Park, next door at BizTown, or out in the schools, it's a wonderful thing because what they do is they put together programs and processes that fit the needs of what the kids are, the level they are in through school. So what they do with the third graders, through what they do for the high school students to help prepare them for being successful in the world.
Well, this is one of 24 sites all across the Louisville metro area, surrounding counties as well, where GE employees are giving back on this big day of volunteerism. Why do you think, you know, as a Chief Financial Officer, you see the numbers, you see how things impact overall. How does this impact business, and why is it good for business to have employees care about things and be invested in the community?
You know, there's a couple of things that come to mind. I can hear the noise behind me. It's my organization over there. It's the Financial Development Program. Those are our students that came just out of college into GE Appliances, and they're excited to be here. And the energy and enthusiasm that creates when they're out here helping and giving back to the community just carries over into what they do at the organization of the work and helping make things better for our other employees, for the community, for our consumers, and for our customers. And that's what we're about at GE Appliances. How are we going to make things better for others coming through? What you learn here is just a starting point of what's coming out and where it is. And I think, you know, it's funny, I was talking to several of the people around here. So many started their careers thinking about things when they were back at Junior Achievement, coming through this capstone program throughout in the schools, and it's helped make them who they are. And it's just the memories, the stories you hear of children that have grown up here in the city of Louisville, that stay in the city, go to the University of Louisville, go to the University of Kentucky, and come back and work here. It's what makes us strong and makes us a vibrant community.
Yeah, I feel like so many communities and businesses are trying to figure out kind of where their place is in a rapidly changing world. And you kind of almost answered this question, is that partnerships like this build this community, kind of make it move forward in many ways.
Well, that's what we're trying to do. You know, GE Appliances is one of several great companies here in Louisville, Kentucky, and it's about how do we improve our communities and the individuals in it and give opportunities for people to do what they're doing. You know, we're sitting here next to the GE Appliance booth here at Finance Park, and one of the best things about it isn't necessarily the appliances, which are great. Hopefully you all have them in your homes, but what it's talking about is the jobs and opportunities that are sitting out there, and it talks about the engineering opportunities, the manufacturing opportunities, and really things that fundamentally I'm not sure everyone really knows what goes on with the company. There's over, you know, 6,000 people sitting here working in Louisville at GE Appliances coming through, spending so many different types of careers coming through. There's a place for everyone that wants to be a part of us, and we're looking to help make that a reality for them.
A friend of mine works for GE Appliances, and I saw her last night at a school event, and I went up to her and I said, oh, you know, I'm doing this and this tomorrow. Do you know so-and-so? And she said, Claudia, do you know how big GE Appliances is, right? Isn't that true? She's like, there's so many different divisions, and I mean, that's the beauty of what you all do. It just truly, there are so many different aspects to have a job there and ways to give back.
I tell you, I learn something new there every single day, every single day. I'm not an engineer, but what I've learned about the abilities to understand how manufacturing works, how to design products, you know, it just warms the heart.
It really does.
So.
It's just absolutely incredible. What do you hope comes out of this project today?
You know, what I hope comes from today is we help influence some students here about things they could think about beyond what they do every day. You know, there is a financial literacy challenge that sits around our country, and it starts with the small kids coming through. And when you're in school and coming out there, how do we help give them some of that literacy coming through to think about, you know, what is debt? What are responsibilities you have to have? What can you do to think broader than just what's in front of you today on your phone and the opportunities and needs you have, and connect those things together so they'll see a bigger picture. I think what happens in this place here where today is the kids get better and they go home and they ask questions of their parents.
Right.
And they start having conversations and dialogues about how do finances work? What is going on? How do we interact with things? What is the budget? How do we make these things a part of what our daily lives are and get them thinking a little more and drive some responsibility and thought process that hopefully not makes them better in what they do, but where they're going forward and what they can give back to the community as well.
Mark, thank you so much for taking the time. Such a busy morning. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hey, if you want to learn more about GE, just go to geappliancesco.com.